Go here. Okay. For those of you out in video land, we'll have a shortened session. Today, we're at Purgatorio, Canto 7. This is the beginning of this one. So, as we usually do, we will have an Italian reading of it in full. Then we will have an English reading of it in full. And then we will begin reading parts of it in English from the top and discussing as we go. So that being said, Decio, we are ready to begin the Italian reading.
Allora, canto 7 del Purgatorio di Dante Alighieri. Cominciamo. Poccia che le accoglienze oneste e liete furono interate 3 e 4 volte. Sordel si trasse e disse: Voi chi siete? Anzi che a questo monte fossero volte l'anime degne di salire a Dio. Fur l'ossa mia per Ottavian sepolte. Io son Virgilio, e per null'altro rio lo ciel perdei che per non aver fe. Così rispose allora il duca mio. Qual è colui che cosa innanzi a sé, subita vede e onde è si maraviglia, che crede e non dicendo, ella è, non è. Tal parve quelli, e poi chinò che le ciglia e umilmente ritornò ver lui, e abbracciandolo la menor si appiglia. O gloria di Latin, disse, per cui mostrò, cioè, che potea la lingua nostra, o pregio eterno del loco onde io fui, qual merito o qual grazia mi tu mostra. S'io son d'udir le tue parole degno, dimmi se vien d'inferno o di qual'altra chiostra. Per tutti i cerchi del dolente regno, rispose lui, son io di qua venuto, virtù del ciel mi mosse e con lei vegno, non per far, ma per non fare, ho perduto a veder altro sol che tu disiri, e che fu tardi per me conosciuto. Luogo è laggiù, non tristo da martiri, ma di tenebre solo, ovi lamenti non suonon come guai, ma son sospiri. Quivi sto io cui pargo l'innocenti dai denti morsi della morte avante, che fosse dall'umana colpa esenti. Quivi sto io con quel che le 3 santi virtù non si vistiro, e senza vizio conover l'altre e seguir tutte quante. Ma se tu sai e puoi alcuno indizio da noi, perché venir possiam piuttosto là dove purgatorio ha dritto inizio, rispose, loco certo ne c'è posto. Licito me andar suso ad intorno, per quanto ir posso, a guida mi t'accosto. Ma vede già come richina il giorno, e andar su di notte non si puote, però è buon pensar di bel soggiorno. Anime sono a destra qua remote, se mi consenti, io temerò ad esse, e non senza diletto te fier notte. Come è ch'io? Fu risposto, chi volesse salir di notte fora era impedito d'altrui e non saria che non potesse. Il buon sordello in terra fregò il dito dicendo, vedi, sola questa riga non varcheresti dopo il sol partito. Non però che altra cosa desse briga, che la notturna tenebra ad ir suso, quella col non poter la voglia intriga. Ben si poria con lei tornare in giuso, a passeggiar la costa intorno, erando, mentre che l'orizzonte il dì tien chiuso. Allora il mio Signor, quasi ammirando, Menane, disse, dunque l'ave dice, che aver si può di letto dimorando. Poco allungati c'eravan di lici, quando io mi accorsi che il monte era schemo e chiusa che il vallon li quinci. Coladis quell'ombra, non anderemo dove la costa fassi, dice Grembo, e quivi il nuovo giorno attenderemo. Next.
Praete pianer un sentiero schembo che ne conduce in fianco della laca, laddove più che mezzo muore il tempo, il limbo. Ore argento fine coque bianca, indacco legno lucido e sereno, fresco smeraldo in l'ora che si fiacca. Dall'erba e dagli fior, d'entra quel seno, posti ciascun sarà di color vinto, come da suo maggiore vinter meno. Non abbia pur naturi vi dipinto, ma di suavata, di milordori. Vi, vi faccio un incognito e indistinto. Salve Regina, in sul verde su fiori, quindi seder cantando anime vidi, che per la valle non paran di fuori. Prima che poco sol ormai sanidi, comincio mantuan che c'avvia volta, tra color non vogliate ch'io vi guidi. Di questo balzo meglio gli atti e volti, conoscerete voi di tutti quanti, che nella lama giù tra si accolti. Colui che più seraute fa sembianti, d'aver negletto ciò che far dovea, e che non muove bocca agli altri canti. Rodolfo Imperador fu che potea sanar le piaghe cano Italia morta, sicché tardi per altri si ricrea. Next, please.
L'altro che nella vista lui conforta. Rese la terra dove l'acqua nasce, che molta in Albia e Albia in mar ne porta. Otta chiaro ebbe nome, e ne la face. Fu meglio assai che vi si slao suo figlio barbuto. Qui lussuria e osia pace. E quel nasetto che stretto a consiglio par con colui casi benigno aspetto, mori fuggendo e disforando il giglio. Guardatela come si batte il petto. La otro vendette che ha fatto alla guacia della sua palma, sospirando, letto, Padre suo cielo, son del mal de Francia, sano la vida sua visiata e lorda, e quindi viene e duol che si li lancia. Quel che parsi membrutto e che s'accorda cantando. con conio dal manchiomaso, dogne valor porto cinta la corda. E se dopo lui fosse rimasto lo giovanetto, che retto a lui siede, ben andava il valor di vaso in vaso, che non si puote dir de la altri rede, la Como e Federigo hanno i remi. De ritagio miglior nessun possiede. Rade volte risurge per li rami la umana probitate e questo vuole che la dà perché da lui si chiami anci al nasciuto vanno mie parole non men ca l'altro pier che con lui canta onde Puglia e Proenza gia si dole. Tante se del seme suo minor la pianta quanto più che Beatrice e Margherita, Costanza ni marito ancor si vanta. Vedete il re della semplice vida, sederla solo a rigo d'Inghilterra. Questi anni rami suo migliori uccita, quel che più passo tra castor saterna, guardano in suso, e Giuli Guglielmo Marchese, per cui è Alessandria e la sua guerra fa piange Monferrato e Cannavese. Okay, done with the let's see, I need that. English time.
Okay, so
Who's the first English reader?
it's Decio. We're going alphabetically. We're doing the 4 Ds and the 2Js, keeping it simple.
All right.
Anybody interested in this introduction from Ciardi?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Anti-purgatory, the second ledge, the late repentant, the flowering valley, class 4, the negligent rulers, Sordello, discovering Virgil's identity, pays homage to him and offers to guide the poets as far as Peter's Gate. It is nearly sunset, however, and Sordello explains that by the law of the ascent, no one may go upward after sundown. He suggests that they spend the night in the nearby flowering valley, in which the souls of the negligent rulers wait to begin their purification. The three together climb in the failing light to the edge of the valley. In it they observe, among others, Rudolph of Habsburg, Ottokar of Bohemia, Philip the Bold of France, Henry of Navarre, Pedro III of Aragon, Charles I of Anjou, Henry III of England, and William II, Marquis of Monteferrato. All of the rulers except Henry of England were in one way or another connected with the Holy Roman Empire. Thus they were specially sanctified by the divine right of kings, and again sanctified for their place in the temporal hierarchy of Christ's empire. Dante signalizes this elevation by the beauty of the valley in which he places them, a flower-strewn green hollow of unearthly beauty and fragrance. The valley is certainly a counterpart of the citadel of the virtuous pagans in limbo, but it outshines that lower splendor by as much as divine love outshines human reason.
Thank you very much. All right, so on we go.
Can I start?
Praise do, Decio.
After the gracious and glad salutations had 3 or 4 times been reiterated, Sordello backward drew and said, "Who are you? Or if ever to this mountain were directed the souls deserving to ascend to God? My bones were buried by Octavian, and I am Virgilius, and for no crime else did I lose heaven than for not having faith." In this wise, then my leader made reply, as one who suddenly before him sees something whereat he marvels who believes, and yet does not say, it is not. So he appeared, and then bowed down his brow, and with humility returned towards him, and where inferiors embraced him. "O glory of the Latins, thou," he said, "through whom our language showed what I could do. O pride eternal of the place I came from, what merit or what grace do me reveals thee? If I to hear thy words be worthy, tell me if you thus come from hell or from what cloister?" "Through all the circles of the Dolan realm," responded he, "have I come, either word, heaven's power impelled me, and with that I come." So,
Good. What line are you on, Decio?
I don't remember. 21, no, 24.
24. You read through 24?
Yeah.
So I started.
So,
Okay.
Sordello asked Virgil, "Who you are?" And he said, "My name is Virgil. My bones were transported from Brindisi."
Okay. So Decio, all we're doing right now is
Just reading. Oh, sorry.
reading through.
Oh,
And then
sorry.
we'll go back and we'll start reading the smaller parts
So
and
line
talk
24.
about. So I'm on 25. I not by doing, lost the sight of that high sun which thou desirest, and of which too late by me was recognized. A place there is below, not sad with torments, but darkness only, where the lamentations have not the sound of wailing, but are sighs. There dwell I with the little innocents, snatched by the teeth of death, or ever they were from our human sinfulness exempt. There dwelt I among those who the 3 saintly virtues did not put on, and without vice the others knew and followed all of them. But if thou know and can some indication give us by which we may the sooner come where purgatory has its right beginning. Next reader, please.
Oh,
"We are not fixed in one place," he replied, "but roam at will, up and around this slope, far as the gate, and I will be your guide. But the day is fading fast, and in no case may one ascend at night. we will do well to give some thought to a good resting place. Some souls are camped apart here on the right. If you permit, I will conduct you to them. I think you will find pleasure in the sight. What is it you say? My guide asked. If one sought to climb at night, would others block his way, or would he simply find that he could not? Next.
Look, said the good Sordello as he stopped and drew upon the ground. Thou couldst not cross even this line when once the sun had dropped. Not that there's any hindrance save the loss of light to going up. It is night's gloom makes impotent the will and thwarts it thus. We might indeed go down again and roam all around the hill while the horizon's ring seals down the day until the morning come. Nay, said my lord, as it were marveling, lead on then, bring us where thy speech conveys such pleasant promise of fair harboring. We'd not gone far when I perceived a place, scooped, so to call it, from that sloping lawn, as valleys here scoop out a mountain's face. That's where we'll go, to yonder spot withdrawn, the spirit said, at which the ridges dip, to make a fold, and there await the dawn. John, Cleveland John.
Twixt hill and plain there was a winding path, which led us to the margin of that dell, where dies the border more than half away. Gold and fine silver, and scarlet and pearl white, the Indian wood resplendent and serene, fresh emerald, it is broken. By herbage and by flowers within that hollow, planted each one in color, would be vanquished, as by its greater vanquished is the less. Nor in that place had nature painted only, but of the sweetness of 1,000 odors, made there a mingled fragrance and unknown. Salve Regina, on the green and flowers, their seated singing spirits I beheld, which were not visible outside the valley. Before the scanty sun now seeks his nest, began the Mantuan, who had led us thither. Among them do not wish me to conduct you. Better from off this ledge the acts and faces of all of them will you discriminate, than in the plain below received among them. Next.
He who sits highest and the semblance bears of having what he should have done neglected, and to the other's song moves not his lips. Rudolph the Emperor was, who had the power to heal the wounds that Italy have slain, so that through others slowly she revives. The other, who in look doth comfort him, governed the region where the water springs. The Moldau bears the Elbe, and the Elbe the sea. His name was Ottokar, and in swaddling clothes far better than he bearded Wenceslaus, his son, who feeds in luxury and ease. And the small-nosed, who close in counsel seems with him that has an aspect so benign, died fleeing and disflowering the lily. Look there, how he is beating at his breast. Behold the other one, who for his cheek, sighing, has made of his own palm a bed. Father and father-in-law of France's pest are they, and know his vicious life and lewd, and hence proceeds the grief that so doth pierce them. He who appears so stalwart and chimes in, singing with that one of the manly nose, the chord of every valor war begirt, and if as king had after him remained, the stripling who in rear of him is sitting, well had the valor passed from vase to vase. Which cannot of the heirs be said, Frederick and Giacomo possess the realms, but none the better heritage possesses. Not oftentimes upriseth through the branches the probity of man, and this he wills, who gives it, so that we may ask of him. Eke to the large-nosed reach my words no less than to the other Pierre, who with him sings, whence Provence and Apulia grieve already. The plant is as inferior to its seed, as more than Beatrice and Margaret Costanza boasteth of her husband still. Behold the monarch of the simple life, Harry of England, sitting there alone. He and his branches has a better issue. He who the lowest on the ground among them, sits looking upward, is the Marquis William, for whose sake Alessandria and her war make Montferrat and Canavese weep.
All righty, very good. Okay, so 213. So we can get a little ways into this. I mean, overall, it seems to me this is just like Dante and Virgil get to take a rest because the sun is going down. I think that Dante is giving us a relatively easy canto here,
Yeah.
which is very, very pleasant reading and not too many challenges. There'll be some names we'll want to go through, but a lot easier than some of the cantos.
Yeah.
Oh, Duncan, but these are all monarchs, I guess, from the Roman Empire. It gets challenging.
Yeah, well, it gets challenging in terms of the names, but I mean, they could be summarized as these are Roman monarchs.
Oh.
So, it just depends on how much time we want to dally in Canto 7. That's kind of my overall opinion of it. That
Well, we have some
it's
experts here
conceptually
who
not
can,
going to be
who
conceptually
can
it's not going to be very challenging.
Yeah, and the experts here can demystify me.
There you go. Right.
If they're willing.
Right. So the last reader was John the Younger. Is that correct? You finished it?
Yeah, we finished it off. I finished it off.
Okay, so who's after you that would begin the
Decio.
Decio again.
Decio.
back to Decio? Okay, Decio. So now you read the same stuff again, only stop when you want to, and we can, take a look at the details.
After the gracious and glad salutations had 3 and 4 times been reiterated, Sordello backward drew and said, "Who are you?" Or ever to this mountain were directed the souls deserving to ascend to God. My bones were buried by Octavian. I am Virgilius, and for no crime else did I lose heaven than for not having faith. In this wise, then my leader made reply, as one who suddenly before him sees something whereat he marvels who believes, and yet does not say, it is not. So he appeared, and then bowed down his brow, and with humility returned towards him, and where inferiors embraced him. O glory of the late Latins, thou, he said, through whom our language showed what it could do. O pride eternal of the place I came from, what merit or what grace to me reveals thee? If I do hear thy words, be worthy. Tell me if you thus come from hell and from our cloister, through all the circles of the doleful realm, responded he, have I come hitherward. Heaven's power impelled me, and with that I come. And so Sordello asked to Virgil, after embracing him in the last canto, from where are you from? And so he said he was from, he's not stayed here, but he was from Brindisi. He died in Brindisi, and his bones were buried in Naples in the time of Octavian Augustus, no, who succeeded Julius Caesar.
Mm-hmm.
And
And Octavian was also known as Augustus. Is that correct?
Octavius Augustus. Otávio Augusto.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, John, let me ask you a question, or anybody for that matter. So, when you became dictator or emperor, you received a new name, kind of like the popes.
Um, that's not what happened in his case, although later on they all tended to take the name Caesar. But he was Caesar's nephew,
Nephew.
I guess, and
Mm-hmm.
Caesar adopted him.
Mm-hmm.
So his name had been Gaius Octavius. Octavius is just a Roman name.
Mm-hmm.
When he's adopted, his name becomes uh, Julius Caesar, Gaius Julius Caesar. And as was the case with all adoptions, the original name was put into this form with the AN. So the Octavianus is a reminder of what his original family was.
Mm-hmm.
The name Augustus was voted to him as an honor. He had already been the sole power for about 4 years when that was conferred on him.
Mm-hmm.
So then he becomes Gaius Julius Caesar Octavianus Augustus.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
To-
this was a unique situation to him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, with voting of the name Augustus,
Okay.
but Roman names could get pretty long because one could be adopted. One could also be given an honorific name because of a military achievement.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
yeah.
you
In
could
accordance, in
you could
accordance to
string out the names.
okay, sorry. In accordance to Suetonius, we had 12 Caesars. No? They just adopted the name Caesars. No?
Yeah, they all start taking the name Caesar.
And it becomes a bit of an epidemic because Kaiser and Tsar are
Yeah.
also derivations from Caesar, is my understanding. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Kaiser and whom?
Tsar.
Tsar of
Tsar.
Russia.
Oh, Czar.
Tsar of
Czar.
Russia is
Tsar.
Caesar.
Okay. So okay.
Yeah, you might want to research it before betting the house on it, but I think that's the case.
Sure.
yeah, it is.
Okay.
After the 8th century, we had the Holy Roman Empire, the revival of the Roman Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Started with Charlemagne, Charles the Magnus, Charles Magnus.
Okay. Very good. Now I've got a question on what Decio read. What Where does Sardello learn that Virgil came through hell
Yeah, in the beginning, we start in the limbo. No, Virgil is not in the hell, he's in the limbo.
in
He's in the
limbo?
entrance
Right,
of
right. But
the hell
I'm
because he had
thinking,
no faith. Oh,
22, Duncan?
Maybe it was the only
Line
way to.
22?
oh, okay.
he
So
was not baptized at all.
this is actually Virgil talking.
Right.
He's telling line 22, through all the circles of the doleful reign,
Yeah.
responded he, Virgilius, have I come hitherward.
But
Right.
it's from the limbo. Yeah.
So this is where he's telling Sardello. Okay, I got that confused. Okay, so Sardello, who are you? And Virgilius introduces himself. And then I like this. This is a little ambiguous for I am Virgilius, and for no crime else did I lose heaven than for not having faith.
Yeah, it's a question of faith.
But he couldn't have faith because he didn't have an opportunity to have faith. So that's
Yeah,
the interesting part here.
there
Yes.
really
At the
should be
time,
a
at the time of Virgil, Christ was not born yet.
Right, that's what I'm
So
saying. This is a very, very
his
curious
doctrine was not
way.
applicable.
there really should be a the there. Because in English, not having faith means not believing.
Yep.
Not having the faith
Yeah,
says something different.
you're right.
But
Well, it'd be I am Virgilius, and for no crime else did I lose heaven than for not having
Faith.
the opportunity
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
to have faith because Christ had not been born when I was alive. That's kind of what it says.
Yeah.
The line that demonstrates that Virgil had come from Inferno, where is that?
22, I think.
Uh,
Around 22. It's kind of far down.
okay, I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Throughout, yeah.
cloister. What cloister?
What was the question? It was
From
a
what
long.
cloister? Cloister is the bolgia in Italian. What circle? From what circle?
So he actually asks him before, tell me if you come here from hell. And then the next is that he went through the painful kingdom.
Well, this is all Sordello asks a simple question. Who are you?
Yeah.
Then Virgil rambles on and on into a very complicated answer, I think.
Well, he says, I am Virgil.
Oh yeah, I'm Virgilius.
Yeah.
But after he says I'm Virgilius, then he goes into lots of explanation. I am Virgilius, and for no crime else did I lose heaven than for not having faith. In this wise, then my leader made reply.
Okay.
Yeah, I did put something about limbo in the chat if you're interested.
About what?
Limbo.
Limbo. Yep. Yeah, and I like the way, at least in Longfellow, he describes limbo's uniqueness. Where is that? Where is it?
Well, it must be on, well, was it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, on line
Must
28.
be 10, on line 30, I think. A place there is below, not sad with torments, but darkness only, where the
Mhm.
lamentations have not the sound of wailing, but are sighs. There dwell I with the little innocents snatched by the teeth of death, wherever they were from our human sinfulness exempt. So he's describing how, I guess this must be Sordello. Is that who it is?
No, it's
No, that's
Virgil.
Virgil.
Oh, Virgil. Oh, he's in limbo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's basically saying I'm hanging out with a bunch of pre-Christian pagans
Yeah.
and some babies who didn't get baptized.
Right. But to describe them as little, this Longfellow describes them as little innocents.
Yeah.
You know, in this information you shared here, Dave, the last sentence is the limbo of the infants is neither affirmed nor denied by Catholic doctrine.
Right. There's another issue too. Thank you, Dee Dee. That's a good point. There's another issue too, in that shouldn't have Virgil got cleared out during the harrowing of hell? So the limbos of the Father is the state or place of the people who are friends of God but died before the death of Jesus Christ. When Jesus died, he descended into hell and rescued the souls of those who had died before him. This is traditionally known as the harrowing of hell. So by this, Virgil should have got his ticket out.
Well, I think the people he rescued were all Hebrew scripture figures.
Yeah.
Right.
They weren't them pagans.
Okay. So Goyim did not get rescued then, John? Okay.
Apparently not. But this is why I find it interesting. I mean, is this there dwell I with the little innocents? The little innocents are like Plato, Aristotle, et cetera, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Back in Canto 4, this is mentioned for the first time.
What line, John?
Line 25 following of Canto 4. There, as it seemed to me from listening, were lamentations none, but only sighs.
Uh-huh.
Tremble made the everlasting air, and this arose from sorrow without torment, which the crowds had, that many were and great, of infants and of women and of men.
Okay. All right. So, because babies are also the little innocents are the babies,
They're unbaptized.
the
Unbaptized.
unbaptized who were killed, who died before they had a chance to be baptized. Okay.
And then
Um,
Virgil goes on to say, aren't you going to ask me who these are? And then he explains to him that they didn't have baptism.
Right.
This Canto 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Inferno. In the
Oh, an
Inferno.
Inferno.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is time to mark where we begin next time.
Okay. I will not be here, but I think you would be best to start at at 37. Wait, no, it's not done. Okay, so you could start at that's partway through the speech. Here's the deal. You've talked about everything, and it's just there's 6 lines, and there I dwell with those who ne'er put on the 3 celestial virtues, faith,
Right.
hope, and charity.
Okay.
Yet unsinning knew all the rest and practice every one. So noble pagans, and then he says, tell us which way to go, and that gets him to line 40. But now point out how we may best be winning our way, if thou dost know it and canst tell, upward to purgatory's true beginning. I don't think there's too much to discuss in those lines, so you may want to begin at 40, where Sordello tells him, you ain't going no further.
Mhm.
Well, it might be good for us to remind
Okay.
to give Virgil's request to where's purgatory start?
Okay,
Yeah.
so you want to start at 37 then? But now point out
Yeah.
how. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Okay. Very good.
Thanks. I'll see everybody in a month. Take care. This has
In a
been
month.
So
Okay. Boy,
Yeah.
you're gone again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
Is
Bye.
there Finnegan's tonight?
Yes, yes, yes. New York.
The New York group.
Could you, I think I have the link, but I'll email you if I don't have it.
It's the same link every time,
Yeah,
except for
think I have it.
next on October 8th. I'm providing the link.
Okay.
So there's something's going on with I don't understand why, but they needed somebody else's link for the October 8th. But it's the same link that you already have.
It's 7 o'clock, right?
No, yes, 7 o'clock your time.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
All right, I'm gonna click us out. See you.
Thank you.